Yes. Kawhi, to me, has not handled this well. He's another guy that has spoken through leaks and through people close to him. Still haven't heard from Kawhi Leonard on exactly what he wants. We've heard that he wants to be in Los Angeles. I haven't heard him put his name on it. I haven't heard him speak. I think that's a mistake. For me, I'm going to be watching Kawhi Leonard moving forward skeptically. He's an odd personality, which there's nothing wrong with that. Some people say I'm an odd personality. But I want to see how it plays out away from Greg Popovich and that system. I want to see him. If it's in Toronto or one of these LA teams, I want to see if he's still the same player.
On an open market, would the Sixers want him? Yep. Lakers? Yep. Clippers? Yep. How about everybody in the league not named San Antonio?
Everybody wants a Kardashian. Don't mean they're good for you.
But they're good for business. They're good for business. He's good for business. Listen, everybody's got baggage. Best player in the world, LeBron. Some are like, yeah, he's tough to coach, a little drama. Kevin Durant, he's kind of a wanderer. You can see Steve Kerr during games trying to get him. These are not, they're humans. He's a human being. He's not perfect.
All those guys you just rattled off played more than 9 games last year. That's my...
We saw what the way Kawhi handled his situation, I think, is ideal for the athlete right now, because we see teams that move you. As soon as they give you money, they tell you you're the franchise head, in DeMar DeRozan's case, and they moved him. He's been great for Toronto. They moved him when it was best for them. So Kawhi had an injury. He took care of his injury. He didn't think he was ready to play. He's on the table for a supermax. He did not go to the media. He did not do anything detrimental to the Spurs organization. He spoke to Pop. He hasn't acted out. Him and Pop spoke highly of him in the media because
you bought all that.
I do buy it because he has nothing bad to say about it. He could have trashed him.
So why is it that we don't buy it if it's something
positive?
But if it's something negative,
we buy it. You buy it.
No, I'm not saying that.
I think Pop is mad because he didn't get his way.
What he's saying is this is generational. That's what he's saying. This is generational. This is a different time. This is a different time. This is a different athlete that we're dealing with. And if we think that Kawhi Leonard and his team are sitting back and watching how the whole Isaiah Thomas situation just played out, we're fooling ourselves.
You have to.
You have to sit back and watch that, because teams are going to always do what's in their best interest. Organizations are always going to do what's in their best interest. But when a player does what is in his best interest, we kill him for it.
Right. He took care of $200 million.
Toronto told DeMar DeRozan last week in Vegas, we won't trade you.
You're our guy.
Right. But you know what?
We're going to get into this a little bit later. But Toronto paid the man $180 million.
So that gives him a right to lie to him?
You say on one side of your face that you're my guy, and then you say, you know what? We paid you this money.
I'm just saying.
Anyway.
How much of a check do I need to write you so I can lie to you?
No, I'm just saying.
It'll be well short of $180 million.
No,
I can write you a check for $50 right now, and you'll go ahead and lie to me.
I get it. But what we tell players when it happens to players is it's a business. You have to deal with it. It's a business when it happens to the player.
It's an open market, so people were willing to pay him this $180 million. So let's not act like that just because I paid you this money that you owe me and you're in debt to me. No, other teams wanted to pay him. But hold on a second. Other people wanted to pay him. Now, I expect your honesty. I expect you to tell me the truth and what's going on. I expect you to say, yeah, you're on a trading block, or no, you're not on a trading block. But when you say you're not on a trading block and you're our guy and you trade me next week, there's too many examples of people of loyalty being displaced.
Let me say this. NFL owners get crushed. Let me tell you something. What NFL owner, after LeBron, 7 years they couldn't get him a second player, he's a free agent, chooses Aqua Water, Pat Riley, D-Wade, and Bosch, and the owner shames him. You don't see NFL owners doing that. We think NBA owners are pro player. Really?
I don't know.
I've seen more NBA owners lie to players than I have NFL owners lie to players.
That's just the business.
NBA owners.
I would disagree with that. In that game, again, I can't remember. This is the life we chose. It's in one of the mafia movies.
Yeah.
And so you have to accept when you walk into that lifestyle, the multi-millionaire business of professional sports, there's going to be some lies told. There's going to be some business done. There's going to be some, they weren't exactly 1,000% transparent. That's the exchange. And here's $150 million, or $100 million for you not to not to whine and cry about it and pretend like
you know what? Then don't vilify me when I do what's in my best interest.
Exactly.
Thank you. You pay me. I understand these ramifications that may happen, but when it's time for me to act in my best interest,
don't vilify me for it.
I have to take advantage of that.
Can I throw something out there?
Yeah.
This is from Rick Bucher. We all know Rick. Covered the league for a long time. On Twitter today. First weekend of LV Summer League, I asked a rival GM about Kawhi going to stay in Toronto. No chance. He was in the All-Star game there. Never left his room. He hates the cold.
And so, again, all that says to me, he's a different dude. And he's odd. And that's why I'm a bit skeptical. This may all work out great for one of these LA franchises. But if it blows up in their face because this dude is a little different, he just sat out the majority of the season, and let's say he was protecting his health. But if he sits out again, even if he sits out,
I don't see him as sitting out
just
type
to
of person.
force a trade.
I don't see him as
just to force a trade.
See, there's two ways you can look at this. He sat out and didn't play because he didn't get what he wanted, or he sat out and he was possibly more hurt than what they said.
Exactly.
And they're all and as we know before, new topic.
If he sits out any part of this season to force a trade,
I don't think
it would raise an eye.
I don't think
he can't
he's in
afford
that
to do
type of
that.
situation.
He can't afford to do that.
I think Toronto and him both know it's in his best interest for him to play because I don't think he stays there long.
And what team?
At all.
What team, if he was going to play next year, is going to pay him a max deal, as much as he can possibly get playing 9 games in 2 years?
I would agree.
He's not stuck in Toronto under the ramifications of possibly please sign or you have to sign or we have history. It's a new situation. You play this year. We see how it works out. Toronto knew they absorbed all this risk when they got him. And I don't even think Toronto traded for him to keep him.
You know what?
They got an asset, and Masai is always correct in his decisions. He's like Drake. He never misses.
Okay,
he always does things 2 steps ahead. And I think the packages that were for DeMar DeRozan that nobody wanted, he was like, okay, I can get Kawhi, and I can get those packages to get money off my cap and to get young assets.
Toronto wanted out of the DeMar DeRozan
They wanted, they wanted out of the contract, not the player, but they needed some cap flexibility.
Yeah,
that money, we have youth coming up, and we wanted out of this money, and this is the best way to flip it because he comes up, either he leaves or I get some more young assets, but I can't lose in this.
One thing we got to understand is who we're talking about, too. If this is a conversation we're having about LeBron James or Kevin Durant, this is a different conversation. These guys move the needle. Kawhi Leonard in the Eastern Conference moves the needle. This is a top 3 or 4 player in the league. I'm not under the system. I'm not rolling with the he's only who he is because of Pop. Pop is great.
That's all we've seen.
But, I get it.
That's all we've seen.
Yeah, but you're smart enough to know that Aaron Rodgers would work somewhere else.
What star?
You know that.
What star that you take out of their system? This is the difference between stars and role players. Stars, when you take them from organization to organization and franchise to franchise, they're still stars. They're still stars. LeBron in Cleveland or Miami or back in Cleveland, still a star. Kevin Durant in Oklahoma City or in Golden State, he's still a star. Role players.
You're talking about 5-star guys. This guy played at San Diego State.
And you said he's not a 5-star guy now?
But he has some intangibles you can't take away from him. He's the best shutdown defender, and he shoots 40 from 3 and 6'8".
Putting up 25 points a game.
Play college. Seriously, that was the best 2-man game with Pippen and Jordan for a decade.
And they all played in Utah the entire time. But this guy's changing systems. I just got to see it next. We got to go, Dante. You really irritated. Drake never misses.
Hey, wait, has he yet? Man, show me something. Show me something he's missing on. He's got 1 billion streams in a week. Please talk to me. Please talk to me.
Coming up,
you kids.
Should Magic and the Lakers actually be happy they missed out on Kawhi? We'll get into that. And at the 30, Dak Prescott may be the future of the Cowboys, but is the team actually